Hello guys, we're back with another video and this is Kuti speaking and this is the Ultimate Survivor guy. Yeah, I hope you like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please enjoy this video.
Alright, the order primates. Order primates, we have the family Lorisidae and the family Secopithecidae. These are the monkeys and the baboons. The Lorisidae, these are bush babies. The lesser bush baby and the thick-tailed bush baby. So, which family are we starting with? Can we start about the baboons or the bush babies? Anyway, the smallest first. Let's begin with the bush babies, the family Lorisidae. We are talking about the lesser bush baby. This is the Galago moholi. Galago moholi. It feeds on insects and the gum of certain trees, especially the acacia species. It feeds on the gum of the acacia species. This is the lesser bush baby with the big eyes. You know, this animal has got bigger eyes that are bigger than the eye caps themselves. So they actually protrude outside, and they have got the bigger ears. And at night, when you're using a flashlight, what you can see is their eyes flashing back at you when you are using a flashlight or when you are driving at night. The males will weigh up to like 189 grams and the females up to like 176 grams. Very small animals and very cute. I've seen some people actually keeping them as a pet. And their gestation period is around 121 to 124 days, giving birth to 1 to 2 young ones. That's actually in the months of October and November there, and sometimes in late January and February. That's where we actually see a higher proportion of the births, and also that will be like the second season. So these animals sometimes we do have like the first and the second season. So the first season will be around October and November, and then the second season around January and February. That's when we see the records of the second season. So these animals can live up to like 8 years. That's in the wild, about 8 years in the wild. The lesser bush baby, or the Galago moholi, that's the scientific name. So please, these scientific names go down in the description. I will put them there, and that's where you will find each and every scientific name, and you read and pronounce it yourself. The next bush baby that we are going to talk about, this is the thick-tailed bush baby. This is the thick-tailed bush baby that feeds mainly like 50% of its diet is fruit and vegetable matter. Then the other 50% is the insects and the arthropods and invertebrates. So it feeds mainly on the small things, arthropods, invertebrates, and feeds on the vegetable matter as well. So these ones the males will weigh up to 1.2 kilograms and the females 1.1 kilograms. So these ones, the thick-tailed bush baby, are larger than the lesser bush baby. So the males, as they weigh up to like 1.2 kilograms, that shows that the males are larger than the females, and they can give birth to 1 to 3 young ones after about plus or minus 132 days, and that will be around the months of November there. That's when it's hot, and also we start to have the early rains, and we have the leaves, the new leaves shooting from the trees, since these animals actually feed also on the vegetable matter. So they supplement their diet with the vegetables. So they will give birth when there is availability of food. So they can live up to like plus or minus 8 years in the wild. These are the animals that falls under the family Lorisidae. Now let's move on. Secopithecidae, baboons and monkeys. Wow, I tend to laugh when I'm talking about these animals. These are funny animals, funny creatures. You know, they have an advanced thinking capacity. They are like humans. You know, when they do their stuff, that's when you get to see that a primate is an advanced mammal. The family Secopithecidae. This is the family where we find the vervet monkey and the chapma baboon. Vervet monkey, this is the Secopithecus aethiops. The Secopithecus aethiops that feed mainly on wild fruits, the seeds, the arthropods, and also sometimes it will raid the bird nest. So it has got an omnivorous status because also it's recorded to feed on the vegetation matter. So this is an omnivorous animal that is so beautiful. It is gray all over the body, like a gray whitish all over the body. It's got the white tufts around the face, and the face is black. You know, it's very beautiful. When it's walking, it actually drags its tail on the ground. Sometimes along its footprints, you will find something that was dragging all over the place, and you think like, it was a snake or stuff like that, but it will be the tail that is being dragged all over the place. And for the males, they are so territorial. They actually like pause. There is a gesture that they actually like a pause when they are sitting. If they are guarding their territory, they open up their hind legs, showing the blue scrotum. That's actually an announcement that I'm there, I'm present, I'm the dominant male. So they just sit down, exposing the blue scrotum, and also sometimes some penile organs and stuff like that. You know, they could be very, very vocal sometimes whenever there's an intruder. But I've never ever witnessed anything like a monkey fighting any other animals. But they do fight on their own, especially the male monkeys, but not fighting other animals. And the males will weigh up to like 8 kilograms. That's 3.5 to 8 kilograms, and the females 3.5 to 5.2 kilograms. So the males are slightly larger than the females, and they give birth to one young one after about 5.5 months, plus or minus 5.5 months, and that's throughout the year whenever there is availability of food. When there is enough food, they give birth to one young one. 5.5 months as the gestation period, and they can live up to like 12 years. That's in the wild. This is a vervet monkey. This animal is so amazing, and they are so sneaky. If you are camping and you leave your tents open, they will just sneak into the tent, start to search your bags and empty everything. Whatever they find, whatever they can eat, they can feed on, and they can just scatter things like that. And I've actually learned something, that these animals sometimes do have some diseases. So in most cases, whenever these animals will actually like scatter your things or your belongings like that, what you need to do is to actually like disinfect everything and wash everything. And also don't like to feed on the food that is left by the monkeys or that has been eaten by the monkeys, because in some restaurants, especially those that are in the national park, I've witnessed this when I was sitting down with the clients having lunch, and this monkey just dived onto our table and he picked a sandwich from our plate, and the whole thing is to be taken away, and we're given the fresh food, because nobody would love to feed on what has been eaten by a monkey, because sometimes they do carry some diseases. But they are very cute animals, very beautiful animals to watch. Then the next animal that we are going to cover, this is a chacma baboon. Chacma baboon, this is a Papayo usnus. Papayo usnus. This is a very, very funny animal. This is a very amazing animal. You know, they think like humans. Most of the times I've seen them raiding the farms. You know, if you send some children to go and guard the farms against the baboons, these baboons will never run away. If you send women to go and guard the farms against the baboons, they will never run away, because they know that these people are scared of us. But if you send a male person, they will never stand. They will just run away. They just actually disappear into thin air. They learn very quickly. And in some bush camps whereby shooting is allowed using a gun, because these animals sometimes are so destructive, they pull down the thatch of the houses and the lodges. So whosoever will be a security guard there will be given permission to shoot one baboon just on occasion, so that they scare them away. You know, if you come out of your tent or out of your lodge carrying a stick, pretending to be carrying a gun, they will never run away. But if you carry out a gun, if you just pull out a gun, they know what is a gun and they will just disappear like that. They are very clever animals. These ones are extremely resourceful omnivores. They are extremely resourceful omnivores, utilizing pretty much of everything a habitat can offer. They can eat anything, the invertebrates, the insects, they can eat the eggs, the young ones of certain birds, animals, the fruits, the leaves, bulbs, tubers, flowers, whatever they can just find, they just feed on that. They are so resourceful, and they are thieves. They steal. They just watch you. Once you stand up, you leave whatever you have unattended. They just jump there, pick whatever they can see. And be careful when you're walking in the wilderness of Africa, when you're camping in Africa, when you're doing the tours in Africa. Sometimes they can steal your backpack. If you're carrying your belongings, your precious belongings, be careful. They might disappear with your passports and your cameras. I've seen one of the baboon fighting one gentleman when we were doing the tour of the forest on the Zambian side. We were seated right there at the entrance, and this gentleman was eating on the bananas. He was eating his bananas, and all of a sudden a big baboon approached him. He came straight to him, and this gentleman knew that there was trouble that was coming, and he threw the banana into the backpack and he zipped the backpack. All of a sudden the baboon was there grabbing the backpack, and they had to fight over that backpack. And many people came to actually help the gentleman to actually retrieve his backpack, because most of the times they will climb on top of the trees with their backpack and they start to scatter whatever is there in the backpack. These are the baboons. They're very clever animals. The males can weigh up to like 43 kilograms, of which the average is about 33 kilograms, and the females can weigh up to like an average of about 15 kilograms. So the males are bigger and fierce. You know, the canines, when they open their mouth to show you the canines, very sharp weapons, and they're very dangerous weapons, and they can actually cause damage to you if they bite you. Their peak season when it comes to breeding is throughout the year, whenever there's availability of food, and that's like giving birth to one young one after about 6 months. There are some cases whereby some twins were recorded, but it's very, very rare. But they give birth to one young one after about 6 months, and they can live up to like 18 years. That's in the world. These are the Chacma baboons, the Papayo usinus. Chacma baboons, the Papayo usinus. Please, if you are still making sense, continue to give us the thumbs up and continue to subscribe to the channel, and also to activate the notification bell when you subscribe, so that when we drop a new video you are notified already. And also share our channel with your loved ones and those who want to visit Africa. We talk things that benefits all those who love to learn about Africa. So please help us to actually reach the whole world with this information, and also to actually showcase our Africa into the whole world. Thank you so much for watching. From me, the Outbench Survivor. I love you guys. See you in the next one.